Heston Blumenthal, Britain's most visionary chef, is on a mission impossible.
I am horrified at some of the slop that passes off as food and is served up in British institutions up and down the country.
Now Heston will be using his magic to tackle the problems defeating some of Britain's top industrial chefs.
I want them to rip up their recipe books and approach food and eating in a completely new way.
Whether at 30,000 feet in the sky...
OK, we're on.
We have 2 more trays, please.
OK, we're going. Excuse me.
We would not have time to do this on board the aircraft.
or 20,000 leagues under the sea.
We've got £2.34 per man per day.
Less than prison again.
He'll face unique logistical difficulties and stubborn cooks who don't like change.
It's our way or no way.
Tonight, Heston takes on the NHS's biggest children's hospital, where the kids won't touch the food.
I only eat chips here, because like the rest looks disgusting.
Can Heston revolutionise their menu and make it both healthy and fun?
What's that? It's freezing, it's gonna freeze.
Get the cooks to embrace his mad inventions.
If you'd have told me 6 months ago we were going to be cooking worms in pizzas, I'd have said that's a no-no.
And persuade hospital bosses to back his magical fun food.
You'll never come in here and just create this one lovely meal and everything will change. It just won't happen.
I've got a team of cooks who think I'm the enemy, and a hospital full of sick children that don't want to eat anything. This feels truly impossible.
Heston Blumenthal is preparing for a unique challenge. He'll be applying the skills which have earned his restaurant in Bray 3 Michelin stars to an institution facing overwhelming food difficulties, the NHS.
All I know, it's a kids' hospital. I think they're up to the age of about 18, but they treat 200,000 children a year.
Known for his unique and maverick approach to food, Heston's on his way to Alderhay Kids Hospital in Liverpool, where a culinary crisis has taken hold.
The food is dull.
It's disgusting.
Makes one like throw up.
The hospital feeds 200,000 sick children per year on an NHS budget of about £4 each per day.
This is a massive, massive challenge. We're talking about children's health. And if kids in hospitals don't eat the food they're given, how on earth are they going to get better? So the opportunity to be able to bring my skills to try and get the kids to eat more foods so they get better quicker is both unbelievably exciting and incredibly daunting.
Hospital bosses hope Heston might magic up a solution.
I want 250 clean plates in our kitchen at the end of meal time, and the next day all the children saying, "We want that again, please."
But not everyone is as optimistic.
We wouldn't like to think that Heston could do better than us, to be quite frank. We don't believe he can. Sustain it on every ward, every day of the week, that type of thing.
I'm obviously pretty nervous about this challenge because this is not a restaurant. This isn't somewhere where people come in because they want to come in to eat. People are there not for the food, they are there to get better. So, in many respects, that's even more important reason for the food to be good. They probably think I'm some stuffy, posh chef living in my cocoon Michelin world. If that is the case, I need to prove them wrong.
Keen to see just how bad the problem is, Heston puts in an order for lunch.
Hello, Mary 3, can I help you?
Can I have leek and potato? Yeah, followed by pizza.
With that, do you want potato waffles and spaghetti?
Potato waffles no.
You don't want potato waffles and spaghetti with the pizza now?
No, thank you.
Right, OK, and for afters?
Can I have some fruit salad with a little spoonful of vanilla ice cream?
No, you can only have one. You can't have both. You bring your own ice cream and have the fruit salad, or bring the fruit salad and I can get you an ice cream. OK, bye.
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 Well, I was back at school then. after Ronnie. Ronnie, how are you doing?
Before Heston eats his lunch, he wants to find out what the kids on the ward think of the food.
This is Joshua.
Joshua.
Chloe's got his.
Yeah.
Where am I going then?
I'll come with you, don't
Okay,
worry.
yes. Hello, Keely. You look really excited. You're not going to eat any of it?
No, it doesn't look attractive, so...
Mum's here with the reinforcements.
Have to.
What do you think?
They're disgusting.
Really bad.
They're bland, there's no taste. And it costs me a fortune because I have to buy it.
You've got to go out shopping.
Yep.
Yeah, OK. What do you think of the meals here?
It's boring.
They're a bit boring.
Yeah.
I got some lunch for you. You ready for this?
You're not sure?
Next, Heston meets one of the hospital's long-term residents who suffers from spina bifida.
Yeah, Michael. How are you doing?
Been coming here since I was 3 days old.
3 days old?
Yeah.
And you're how old, 17 now?
17 now.
3 days old.
Yeah.
So you must have had the opportunity to eat tens of thousands of dishes.
Yep.
What do you think of the food here?
Food here is terrible. Always cold.
Cold as well?
Cold.
I guess you just don't look forward to meal times.
No, I don't.
It seems crazy to me. Just having little tastes of something that you'd really fancy eating would at least make it more enjoyable here.
It's very important to me because I've obviously got to get well and healthy.
Well, I'm somehow going to see if I can do something about that.
Yeah.
Don't know what yet.
Please, if you can, do something.
You've got my word on that, young man. Yeah. It's heartbreaking, it really is. It's hard. It's hard asking the questions. Look at what he's gone through. It's completely humbling. He has to spend all this time in hospital. He has to eat healthily, but also he needs to enjoy it. He just wants that. He hasn't asked to be there.
Shocked by the food and the kids' reactions, Heston decides to taste for himself just how bad lunch really is.
Would you like a drink?
I wouldn't mind some water, please. Thanks. So, Ronnie, obviously this stuff, I mean, that says homemade pizza, but this stuff's come out of packets.
That's all that's on the menu.
If this is done because the children wanted it, yeah, fine. But they don't want it.
No.
In terms of exciting a patient and therefore making them feel a bit more positive, which is bound to help recovery, this certainly goes nowhere near doing that. I've got my work cut out. I've got to make this food healthy, but also it's got to be fun. There needs to be some big changes.
At Alder Hey Children's Hospital, they're serving up unhealthy food which is revolting their sick kids. Hospital bosses are hoping Heston Blumenthal can solve their problem. He's not impressed by what he's seen so far.
Why are they serving potato waffles with spaghetti hoops and baked beans and what is called a pizza but really is a big lump of dough with dried tomato and burnt cheese on it?
Heston's requested a crisis meeting with the management, which includes head of catering, Jeff Fitzroy.
I think now he's probably realising that, hey, hang on a minute, you know, we've been doing this for a long time. It's not an easy thing to do, and there's not a lot of money in it. He's just said that he had 47 chefs in his restaurant. We haven't got anywhere like that.
Hello. Good morning, Heston. Nice to see you. How are you?
Jeff's boss is hospital board director Moya Sutton, who's in charge of patient welfare.
Some of the children believe that the food is absolutely fantastic. Some of the children don't. trying to cater to everybody's individual tastes is quite challenging.
Do you think that the general level of food delivered on the wards at the moment is as good as it could be?
Well, we do all sorts of things. We do wholesome food. 90% of our food is cooked on the premises, right?
Cooked from scratch here?
Yes.
Completely from scratch?
Yes.
Right, OK.
You seem surprised at that, Heston.
It's just that what I saw was potato waffles and baked beans and spaghetti hoops and that. And I would say that certainly 90% of what I saw in that session was certainly not cooked here. 90% of the meals being homemade? I don't think so.
Heston wants to get to the bottom of what's really going on and asks Jeff to show him the kitchens.
He probably thinks there's some highfalutin, chopped-up chef swanning in and saying, right, we're going to do this, this and this and change everything.
Right, OK, Heston, let's go.
And he wouldn't be human if he didn't have some element of defensive nature about him right now. Hi, Kenny, how are you doing? Nice to meet you. How are you?
Chef Kenny Brew has been cooking here for 10 years. Heston asked to see the day's menu.
Meatloaf, chicken jalfrezi, mushroom stroganoff, and it's chicken tikka's on instead of sweet and sour.
Okay. This looks like a nice balanced menu. There's some stuff like you got some tartar flit on there. This is a completely different menu to the one I saw on the ward. Why?
It's the staff menu. Most of this is fresh. Most of it.
We're not for the children. Stop the children.
Shouldn't the kids' food come first?
Yeah, but I mean, it's for like the people in charge to like to do that. Isn't it?
Well, this is a hospital. Shouldn't these kids get better food?
Yeah, they should.
Now I get it. When Jeff said that 90% of the food was cooked from scratch, he was talking about the staff menu. This menu is for the staff, it's for the restaurant, and it's for the outside functions. That's not going for the kids.
Of the 6 cooks working in the kitchen, just 2 are making food for the sick kids.
They're just heating stuff up, heating stuff and sticking things in the fryer. Over there they're cooking. So does that mean the rest of you guys put all your efforts into serving food in the restaurant mainly, which generates more revenue?
Yeah.
Why can't they have the same?
Then because they were making money. Through all of the like that's why they could do it.
If Heston's to succeed here, he'll need to win the confidence of the 2 children's cooks, Elaine and Elsie.
So everyone else here is working for people who aren't patients. I mean, working for these people who aren't patients.
Staff and...
What do you think of that?
Well, it's always been like that, Heston.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean to say it's right, does it?
I haven't really thought about it.
No?
Heston wants to tackle head of catering Jeff about the hospital's priorities.
There's 2 people that are responsible for feeding the 250 children, and then the rest of the team cook the food for functions and staff.
I see where you're coming from. It can look as though that the patients don't get quite as some of the fresh things as the restaurant does and other places, but because of the how the monetary funds disperse around the kitchen, it's like welcome to the NHS.
This is a hospital. It's not a function venue or a restaurant. Surely what's most important? It's feeding the kids here, making them happy, getting them better nourished and getting them recovered as soon as possible.
Heston's discoveries have left the staff feeling defensive.
We only get told what to do. We take the orders from other people. We just don't come in like Heston does, you know, with his restaurants. He gives the order. That's Heston. We're only, you know, we're only...
He can do that because he owns the restaurant. He can do what he likes, can't he?
There's no quick fix on this. He'll never come in here and just create this one lovely meal and everything will change. It just won't happen. never happened in a million years.
Heston's determined to prove Jeff wrong, even with the odds stacked against him.
This is an incredibly difficult task. Before I even begin, I've got to win over a team of cooks that don't want me in their kitchen. And I've got a hospital full of kids who just don't want to eat anything.
Heston thinks the solution might lie in changing the kids' perception of what food is about.
What I want to do is try and show that if you put kids in an exciting, relaxed, fun environment and then serve them food which is also fun, they will start eating some things, some foods and ingredients that they wouldn't have eaten before.
He extracts the juice from healthy vegetable ingredients and solidifies it into fun, colourful lollipops.
Unlike adults, kids don't really hide their emotions. They don't like something, they really don't like something. But if they do, you can see their eyes light up, and that response is just magical.
Armed with his new food inventions, Heston invites some of the hospital's kids to meet him at Legoland. Can he persuade them to eat healthy vegetables disguised as fun lollies and sweets?
OK, guys, what do you think of those?
Very nice.
You like that?
You liked it? I like it because it tastes like that lemony and sugary.
They were fennel pastels. So they were made from vegetables.
I've never heard of the word fennel before.
OK, finally, the red ones.
I think it's blackberry.
Was it beetroot?
That's the best thing I've ever had. What's that? It's freezing. It's going to freeze. I know it is.
The highlight of Heston's experiment is mango puree and lychee mousse, disguised with the help of liquid nitrogen as a fried egg.
Every single one of them found something that they liked today that they hadn't tasted before or hadn't liked before. I'm convinced that if you can make the environment and the food in some way more exciting, the children will try new things, and that's only going to expand the foods that they want to eat and make it better for food in hospitals. Come on.
The experiment's been a success, but persuading the hospital staff that children's food needs to be fun is going to be much harder.
I've decided to try and inspire and win over the hospital chefs by showing them one of my favourite dishes. It's so far removed from anything that they would have done. I hope it doesn't push them over the edge. If it engages them, causes them to start talking and thinking, then that's a great thing. If it causes them to chuck down their aprons and run out of the hospital, that's not such a good thing.
In readiness for Heston's return, Kids Cook Elaine is digging in for battle.
We're all good at our jobs, from up there to the bottom. We all have ideas. There's no one better than anyone. You know, we're dealing with sick children here, and it's our way or no way.
Heston's hoping one of his restaurant's favourite fun dishes might change that.
So what I'm going to do now is show you a dish from the restaurant called Sound of the Sea. So the idea is it smells of the sea.
Yeah.
To get that seaside, the seaside smell. This stuff here is codium. This is the stuff that we put into the sauce. There's some crystallised seaweed, some miso oil. Then on top of there, we've got these with sea jelly beans. The reason I'm showing you is because it's really about building how I think you can make food exciting on the plate. Going down well, this, isn't it? We serve it with one of these.
Kenny, would you do all of that? This is all the experience, isn't it? It's all the experience.
Don't you like the sound of the sea?
Can't see many kids like this, can you? Can you? The pussy as it is.
How's it all going? Really bad. But I wanted to kind of put a brave face on, but it's, rubbish. My first plan was let's get them excited first. Well, I failed. miserably failed at that one.
With the cooks reluctant to get inspired, Heston thinks a trip to the ward might turn them. He wants the cooks to see for themselves how fun and imagination can get kids excited about food.
Our place is in the kitchen, not on the wards. Wards for nurses.
It seems bizarre to me that the chefs are so reluctant to come up and meet the people who eat their food. So have a listen. Does this bring back any memories for you?
Yeah.
Does it? I got them. Oh, is it where you, where'd you live?
Born and lived in the Caribbean until last year.
Oh my word.
So that just sounds like our backyard.
Fantastic.
Brought some nice memories back, didn't it?
It's brilliant, yeah. But I could see
it brought some nice memories.
But could you see his eyes just sort of lit up? So, do you think, oh yummy, that really reminds me of eating, I don't know, ice cream, fish and chips? Yeah. A drink? Oh, what drink?
Water.
Water? Is there any foods that you think of eating?
Ice cream.
Ice cream.
But then with sweets inside it.
Oh, you're making me hungry now.
The kids' reactions are winning the cooks over.
Doesn't that make you feel fantastic?
It makes it feel like that's what you're here for.
Yeah. You could make such a difference to their lives.
For Heston, it's a breakthrough. Will they finally buy into real changes?
What happens if you didn't serve a 3-course meal for lunch?
Instead of the dull, stodgy lunches, he suggests some kid-friendly sandwiches.
Crazy fillings and...
Yeah, and if you've got anything...
unusual.
Yeah.
Actually, we had like fruit bread and we do like fruit sandwiches. It'd go down a bit more better, wouldn't it?
This is fantastic.
You know what I mean?
This is brilliant.
Or if we had brioche, it'd even be better, like. But...
This is fantastic. This is all coming from you.
Yeah.
Not there yet, but it's just a step forward.
The next day, Heston gets to work on the new lunch trolley, while the cooks work on ideas for sandwiches. But Elaine won't let Heston see what she's making.
Elaine's just on the edge. She does go up and down a bit. One minute she's very happy and very excited, and then she sort of goes into a shell. But she doesn't want to be watched. She just wants to get on with it.
Yeah, come on, take some of them off and put them on this one, then.
Kenny is in his element.
We're doing this so the children can have better food. That's what we're doing it for. Yeah.
Finally, Elaine agrees to show Heston her idea.
Can I have a taste?
Yeah.
Stuffed with bacon turkey salad and olives, her flying saucer sandwiches are both healthy and fun, a world apart from the usual unhealthy stodge.
Only on a plate. Fantastic. How many are you going to make of them now?
12. 12.
Better get a move on then, chef, haven't you? I think it's just confidence. And I understand why. She doesn't want to fail. She doesn't want to be seen not to deliver. And it's probably because she cares so much.
It's time to test out their new lunch ideas on the kids.
Do you like the flying saucer and the strawberries?
As well as the cook sandwiches, Heston has brought along a few surprises of his own.
1, 2, 3, go. These balloons are filled with the smell of a sweet shop.
Whoa!
Yep.
It smells of orange juice. It's just the best.
How do you feel?
Amazing.
It's good, isn't it?
It's better than anybody's.
It's amazing, isn't it? It worked, and seeing the kids' faces was fantastic. The guys in the kitchen, they need to see the children's reaction, because that will spark them off to do even better food and try new things and then have more interaction.
Hello there, what are you up to?
But not everyone is convinced that the cook's lunch was a triumph.
All right, Julie.
Heston's full of himself now because he's come up with this fancy, nice little menu. It's a cold one, so, you know, again, that's only halfway, isn't it? Because when are we going to get a hot meal from him, like?
Elaine, how are you?
Fine.
What did you think out of this massive new experience of eating a meal in Heston's new world. How did you find that? Was it?
Yeah, it was good. It was good to see the little kids' faces, you know, they were happy.
Yeah. And they all said his food was better than ours, did they? That's not good, is it?
Yeah, but that's kids for you.
Yeah.
For the new lunch menu to be rolled out, Heston needs Jeff's backing, but he's unconvinced.
He's not there yet, in my opinion. He needs to come into budget. We haven't got 4 chefs that can go to a ward and deliver that type of service. So, again, you know, I'm looking really good on this, I think, really.
Unaware of Jeff's doubts, Heston returns to Bray, his mind on the next part of his challenge.
It's one thing serving cold food, but now I've got to come up with a hot, healthy meal that the kids will eat and the staff can cook. Feels like I've got such a long way to go, and this really is mission impossible.
At the NHS's Alder Hey Children's Hospital, the kids love Heston's new approach to food.
Wow. This is the best.
He's even won over the cooks, but there's one person who remains unconvinced. Head of catering, Jeff Fitzroy.
There's 2 worlds here, isn't there? It's Cloud 9, what Heston's on, but we're talking about the NHS here, aren't we? And there's always a cost to what we do here.
In a few weeks' time, Heston hopes to present ideas for his new hot dinner menu to the hospital. But first, Jeff needs to give the go-ahead.
This is an incredibly important meeting. It's vital, because if Jeff says no, then all the work we've done so far, it counts for nothing.
It went well over the budget. Your ingredients were not ones that we could source. And then there was the health and safety of some of your ingredients.
Dry ice?
Yeah. There was 4 of my chefs up on the ward.
Three of your chefs. But it didn't have to be done with 3, it could have been done with 2.
OK. But nevertheless, it's 2 more than what go up now. So you want to rewrite the book in the sense that...
I do, because I think there's too much emphasis on the healthy people in this hospital and not enough emphasis on the sick children.
I can't argue with that. I'd have to agree with you, yeah.
Right,
definitely.
so...
Thanks very much, Heston.
Obviously, Jeff's response was, can't do this, can't do that, can't do that, can't do that. That's not possible. How am I going to do that? How can anybody deny or argue that the single most important thing in this hospital is the welfare and the recovery of these children?
Despite his reservations, Jeff greenlights Heston to present his ideas to the hospital panel.
The board, they've got to buy into this and support it. So, that's not the easiest part. That's the most hardest of the lot.
Back at Heston's restaurant in Bray, it's business as usual.
Okay.
On today's menu, it's salmon poached in licorice
Plate.
and savoury lollipops. Heston's invited Elaine, Kenny and the other cooks to visit him. He wants them to test out his new kids' menu ideas before presenting them to the hospital panel.
I'm nervous. See what he says.
It's really important to get these guys to believe in what they're doing, because if they don't, there's no chance of making any changes. Because when I walk away, they've got to be leading it from the front. How are you doing?
Yeah, fine, thanks, yourself.
Good, come in.
Heston is convinced that he can get kids to eat by rebranding healthy food as fun.
One of the challenges is getting kids to eat healthier food.
Yeah.
And that means vegetables, because broccoli is one of the big challenges. Some kids find them bitter. So if there's a way that we can incorporate them into a smoothie that the kids will like, but you need to think of, rather than the flavour, you need to think of the colour. OK, so...
Broccoli.
Oh, my God. I'm not up.
Right, there's the challenge.
The kid won't have that.
They experiment mixing fruit and veg together to make new flavours.
That's starting the fruit with a veg again.
Are you getting the vitamins and everything?
Yes. Yeah. What about oranges?
It's definitely toned it down.
That is big or skinny.
Yeah.
Well, you like the vitamins because the vegetables are all raw.
Yeah.
They're really going to get the nutrients out the
Oh yeah, they're really healthy drinks. If the kids go for these, it'll be fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, Heston has a more daring idea.
So you know how kids just love disgusting and revolting things? They love going, ugh. I can bring that element into the food or into some dishes. That can be really good fun. So, this is some soil. It's soil with worms.
Jellied sugared worms. Lovely soil.
The soil is crystallised chocolate, and then these worms are a jelly of passion fruit.
Nice.
So, get a worm with the
can we
with
have
the
a
soil.
whole
Oh yes, you have to have a whole one, and just let it wiggle as it goes in. Go on.
That's okay, amazing.
Oh, kids would love that. They play with the worms and that'd be the soil and they do what Heston done.
He wants to feed you.
That's why you done it.
Hey, don't get jealous.
The kids' chefs are won over, but convincing the hospital bosses will be much harder.
We've got to get them on our side and make them believe that this is the right way to go. Because if they say no, we're a bit stuffed, aren't we?
Yeah. Up the Khyber.
Yeah. Up the Khyber. Sounds like a new dish, that does.
Up the Khyber.
3 weeks later, and armed with ideas for the new menu, Heston's on his way to face the hospital's panel of bosses.
Today is the real make or break day of this whole project, because the board could refuse everything and the cooks could be so nonplussed I've got no team left. So yeah, this is a very big day.
Heston's disguised healthy ingredients into dishes designed to appeal to the kids' sense of mischief, including stuffed tomato eyeballs, vomit soup, and ideas with real yuck factor.
This one is the snot shake.
Oh, that's good.
And then this is freeze-dried apple pieces. So we're going for snot shake with lumps.
Oh, no. No.
It's not shake with bogies.
Oh, no. I couldn't have that. I don't even look at it, Heston. I couldn't have that.
It's apple and kiwi fruit, juice and puree, with a bit of potato starch just to give it that texture.
It's lovely.
It's nice, isn't it? Yeah, it's lovely. Teaser.
But what will they make of Heston's most daring idea yet? Pizza, topped with real protein-packed fried worms.
Don't you think it's going a bit too fast? I do. Heston. I think it's going a bit too fast myself.
Which bit?
All of it's going, and then onto the menus. I'm thinking, oh my God.
But you're only saying we're going too fast. It's because there have been no changes been made before. So all of a sudden, going from nothing till this seems like an awful lot. It's a roller coaster with them. 1 minute one of them's up and the other one's down. Next minute they've gone like that. Then they're all up. Then they're all down. Then they all don't know. And then they all decide they don't want to say anything. And then one of them will perk up again. If they're not strong enough to push these changes through, then the food here and meal times will go back to what it was before. And we know that's not acceptable. Otherwise, that's why we've been called in.
There's now just minutes to go before they'll present these ideas to the bosses.
It's no good this coming from me. I'm coming in there, but you guys need to do the selling. You guys need to stand up and confront the board. You've seen the look on those kids' faces for your own eyes.
Yeah, but you think they'll listen?
They'll listen, all right.
Really?
If you are committed enough and you're passionate enough and you really believe it.
Oh, we believe in it, Heston.
We're prepared to go in and support you, but not with us leading.
Yeah, but he can't fight our battles, can he? They're not Heston's boss, are they? They're ours.
And think about...
They can't sack us.
No, they can't sack us.
We're only trying.
So it'll be like me and you doing all the talking, then, won't it?
Kenny, are we scared? Are we scared, Kenny? I'm not.
Afternoon.
Head of catering Jeff Fitzroy is off sick, but they'll present to other department heads from across the hospital and Moya Sutton, who has final say on all hospital food. Heston has asked Elaine to sell the idea of the sandwich lunch trolley.
The food we have now is boring. When you see these kiddies' faces with these sandwiches and, the faces light up, it's just a pleasure to see it. That was just out of this world. That made my day.
I wish I'd have seen it.
But will Heston's fun dinner menu be a step too far?
It's called I Bet You Can't Eat That.
It's not real.
Chocolate passion fruit mixture. It's not shaped with bogies.
Yes.
Isn't it lovely?
You can actually see the kids really laughing about this, can't you?
Finally, can Heston persuade them that sick kids should be fed real protein-rich worms?
But they've been fried, but we've injected them. But we've injected them with tomato ketchup. But it's crisp.
I can't believe I've just done that, but that was very nice, actually.
Wait, are you guys behind this? Are you?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it's what the kids deserve. If we can't make it happen on this side of the table, then I think we've missed a major opportunity.
How was that then?
Brilliant!
Brilliant.
But you could see as the meeting evolved, as the emotion and passion flowed from the chefs, you could see the board's whole body language changing. But by the end of it, when they came to I Bet You Can't Eat This course and eating the worms and the snot shake, they were like little kids themselves. It was marvellous, really fantastic.
In just a few weeks' time, Heston will roll out today's menu ideas across the hospital. How will they go down with the sick children? In the kitchens of Alderhay Children's Hospital, preparations are underway for the rollout of Heston's Bet You Can't Eat That menu.
Today's D-Day, basically, the guys in the kitchen have got a massive responsibility on their shoulders. I just hope they don't crumble today. I hope that I see the confident, motivated Kenny and Elaine.
There's the chef. Do you want me to cut them and you film them?
Just take the heads off, Len.
Eee!
There's 150 fried mealworms to fill with tomato ketchup.
We've never done worms before, so it's all new to us. If you'd have told me 6 months ago we were going to be cooking worms in pizzas, I'd have said that's a no-no. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. The shringing. I don't even like blood being taken, never mind putting tomato sauce in worms.
Anxious to see how the cooks are coping, Heston heads straight to the kitchen.
I found you.
You found me. I'm all excited, really, for the children.
Are you a bit nervous with it?
A bit.
Secretly, do you know what? It's good to be nervous. Because it means you care.
Oh, that's good.
Do you know what I mean?
I do care.
It's going to be fantastic.
Okay.
Which is cool.
There's a surprise waiting with the cold lunch trolley. The cooks have given it their own twist.
Kenny says, try the sandwich of the day. Oh, you got Kenny, Elaine. Oh, look! I look a bit pleased with myself there, don't I? When meal times happen in the hospital, on the wards, they should feel some bit of difference. There should be some bit of excitement. And this, from a kid's point of view, certainly does that, even with my Botox lips. It's great and it sets the tone. Today is the big day. I'm about to find out whether the sick kids in this hospital think my menu's fun and if it will tempt them to eat.
Nervous hospital bosses have come to see the kids' reactions for themselves.
Okay, so here is the all-new special Alderhay Hospital dinner menu. You've got a snot shake, but it's green and gloopy, vomit soup. You can have a pizza with fried worms on top.
real worms.
They're real mealworms, but they're crispy. They're very nice.
That's disgusting.
Bet you can't eat it.
I bet you.
You're betting me already?
Just the caterpillar feet.
You're going for the pizza? Give me 5. Pizza. Cool.
Vomit soup, caterpillar pizza, and snot snake.
Fantastic.
I'm coming back to make sure you vet it. No mackies.
Dinner time is just an hour away and the cooks are struggling.
That's the vomit soup.
Oh, so have you got... Well, do you need any more?
There's a problem with the cooking of the worms.
Just check this, please. I've just lowered the temperature on this. Are they okay?
The industrial fryers are incinerating them.
No?
Worm frying baskets is not quite working. It's smoking. Too hot.
They need to come up with a solution fast.
So you've got to cook them long enough because you've got to dry out the centre and crisp them up. It's a bit chewy.
I suggest that we maybe do it on the stove in one of the little pans and just wait a little.
That's a much better idea.
And the jellied worm dessert is also causing problems.
Never done it before, so it's a bit tricky. He's the master of all this, isn't he? He's a scientist, isn't he? I'm not a scientist, but I'll give it a go.
Yeah, I think you could say there's some pressure being felt in this kitchen right now.
There's an hour to go and 7 dishes to get right. The vomit soup, a healthy chicken and vegetable broth, and the stuffed eyeballs made from minced tomatoes and olives are ready to go.
M3, C3, E2.
M3, C3, M3, C3.
Finally, it's the moment of truth.
You look at the worms. Yeah. It looks disgusting. I know. It's all slimy and good.
Now you try it.
Proper worms, Dave. Oh, you tasty
Oh, I'm sick. Now give me a sick ball.
It's a bad start, which won't go down well with the board. The chefs watch anxiously as the rest of the ward is served.
Got a crunch. They're quite nice. No. Yeah?
Which way? This way.
Now it's the turn of the stuffed eyeballs and the vomit soup.
Hiya, Chloe. We've got you some vomit soup, some eyeballs, and some worms in soil. Nice bit of garlic bread.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, I'll be back in a minute.
Well, it looks weird compared to what we normally have, but it looks nicer.
How's that?
It's nice.
It's not bad for vomit.
I was expecting it to be horrible because of the names, but it's quite nice.
Very sweet.
Yeah, it's nice.
After a shaky start, the meals are going down a treat.
Got any more of that?
I have. What do you want some more of the eyeballs?
Yes, please.
No props.
While the kids tuck in, it's crunch time for Heston. He's going to meet Moya, the board director, who has the power to adopt his menu.
Moya, the $1 million question. Are you going to roll this out?
Yes, in part, the lunchtime was very, very effective.
Yeah.
The kids really loved it. The balloons, the sort of the sense of occasion, and the preparing food at the bedside is absolutely what we will be going forward. Is a definite. Tea time. Certainly one of the young boys that I spoke to liked the pizza with the worms. They all seem to like the desserts. I think that they really fancied the tomato or the stuffed eyeball.
You like it? Is it nice?
I might just run a survey and say, out of all of these names, what are your favourites?
Yeah.
But to try and keep to the principle of, I bet you can't eat this, to really try and make mealtime, at tea time, fun time. And from what I saw today at dinner time was that more food was eaten, less food was wasted.
Yeah.
Which in itself is, you know, a saving, isn't it, really?
Yeah, definitely. Fantastic.
Before Heston leaves, he needs to hear the verdict of one last patient.
Hello, young man. There you go.
In and out of hospital since he was 3 days old because of his spina bifida, Michael knows more about hospital food than anyone else.
You were the inspiration for pushing this forward, because it's almost as if you've forgotten that food could be exciting.
Yeah.
Are you brave enough to try one of the... I'll go for that one.
That one.
Is that
I wasn't expecting it to be.
They're nice, aren't they?
Wasn't expecting it to be. Yeah, nice. Nice.
And then the worms are passion fruit.
Lovely. Lovely.
Fantastic. Seeing Michael's reaction was, I mean, just gave me a lump in my throat. I was holding myself together big time there, because he was the motivation for this. So to hear the fact that the hospital are now going to make those steps to make mealtimes more exciting, that's just fantastic. So this was never going to be about me giving the hospital a bunch of recipes and teaching some chefs how to cook. This is bigger than that. This is about changing the context of mealtimes, doing things that make the kids excited about food, which means they're going to get better quicker.
Next week, Heston takes on the fast food snacks served up by Britain's biggest cinema chain.
I've had enough of people buying popcorn. There we have my edible sperm shake.
Doesn't work for me. I think we have a problem with it.
You're invited to Friday night dinner with the Goodmans, an eccentric family with funny old habits that a lot of us will relate to. Brand new comedy Friday at 10. Next tonight, Lillian twists her G-string, Frank gets ironed out, and there's a murder attempt on Libby's mum. Shameless.